I just want to read this. This was a really insightful comment because a couple of weeks ago when we were hosting, basically someone wrote us an IM about Stefan Molyneux. Stefan Molyneux, whatever. Anyways, so someone sent us an IM. It triggered a whole thing where I basically said, look, I don't know much about this guy, and obviously all this libertarian stuff writ large is nonsense in varying degrees, destructive nonsense. But I think this guy very specifically is generating a cult-like atmosphere, and you can see that with, his videos. They're very structured in terms of, he's not really playing the role of an analyst or even like a leader. I mean, he really is creating a guru atmosphere for himself. And it's all, jargon and pseudo-intellectualism and a very, very seductive, pseudo-sophisticated, profoundly simplistic way of thinking, which mirrors what I've seen of other cult organizations.
If you remember when Sam debated him on that Polypop debate, everything was presented as, but imagine this scenario. What if this? It was never dealing in what is actually happening or anything real in the real world. It was
that's very similar to most libertarians, obviously. But I think where what you're getting at that's even bigger is that and I looked at this more after we did that segment, and the video went up on YouTube a couple days ago, which you can watch by subscribing and visiting our YouTube channel. But that there is actually some information on the internet and research about things where he wants you to break off contact with your parents in certain situations. He wants you to cut out family members and other people in your social circle who don't, who don't see the light. These are all typical. This is what you see in Scientology. This is what you see in other cults. And in a result, I see you on the line. We'll get to you in 1 second. And so we posted this video on our Facebook page, which is, of course, another great thing to like.
It's up on YouTube now.
And I mentioned that. So this was on our Facebook page, and Anita Perry Klein, who's a very, very smart listener, as are most of our listeners. She wrote, quote, she wrote, quote, I am interested in cults as a weird hobby. And when a listener mentioned Stefan Molyneux was a cult leader, that's right, we also got a really smart call about Molyneux, which drove the conversation forward. I started looking into it. Yes, he is a cult leader and a destructive cult leader. In order to be a true follower, you must, quote, defoo. That means disconnect from your family of origin, really anybody who does not believe in SM brand of libertarian, Stefan Molyneux's brand of libertarianism. Basically, he convinces his new followers that their parents abused them. Followers are instructed on how to slowly and carefully help the process along in the forums. It has a lot to do with absolutist thinking, with the absolutist thinking of Stefan Molyneux. State equals bad, religion equals bad. If your parents believe in either state or religion, they are by logic bad too and evil. SM is all-knowing to his followers. This isolation from the real world is a sure sign of cult, absolutely. Disconnection from the world you once were a part of and dedication to a new world is a cult all the way. Absolutely. And I think, there is a aspect of libertarian thinking which is obviously cultish because you can't deal with empirical reality. You're limiting your sense of empathy. You can't let reality intrude on your belief system. But very specifically in this guy's case, and in the kind of guru-like manner he tries to present himself as, he's definitely setting up a very specific type of situation, which is very specifically disturbing. And that was a great comment by Anita on our Facebook page. So, I'll say it again. Part 2. Hey, Stefan Molyneux fans, you're in a cult, or you're being recruited into a cult, or you're at the very least promoting and wasting time on YouTube slagging for a cult leader, and you don't even know it. And if you do know it, you're even bigger chump.